yourself. What do you think when I say that? Quite clearly, haven't, have I? Who am I to say such a thing? When I say that statement, how many people think, yeah, I think that's true? Anybody in the room think that's true? Yeah, but some believers. Anybody think she's talking absolute garbage? Anyone think I'm talking absolute garbage? Anyone think, yes, you can heal some bits, but some things are not possible? Okay. Who's right? Who's right? Well, it depends, doesn't it, on what you believe, whether you're right or not, what your experience is, who you've met, tales that have been told, stories that have been told. But what I can tell you is that believing that you can heal yourself makes life a lot more enjoyable than there's nothing that you can do about it. It's incurable. It's going to get worse. However, when my doctor said that to me about the multiple sclerosis, the diagnosis that he gave, or she gave rather, she was right in her mind. That's what she believed to be true. And that's what I believed to be true for a while, until I decided, actually, that doesn't make me feel very good. It's a bit rubbish. It makes me feel like there's nothing I can do. I might as well just sit down and wait for stuff to happen. And when I decided, and it was a choice, to believe something different, guess what happened? I started seeing evidence that it was possible. And if it was possible for one person, for 2 people, for 20 people, could it be possible for me? And I think when we have a diagnosis that's given to us from a doctor, a prominent figure who knows a lot of stuff, is wearing a white coat and got lots of qualifications, we believe them, because with multiple sclerosis, for example, I'd heard of it, didn't really know what it was about. This doctor knew a lot about it, got lots and lots of evidence, knew their version of what was possible, and as far as their medicine was concerned, there is no cure. Yet I have just taken place, I've just been involved in a speaking event online called the Symptom-Free MS Summit. Sort of gives the game away. A guy from America pulled together 24 speakers, of which I was one, to talk about the idea of living symptom-free after a diagnosis of MS. Obviously, I am not living symptom-free, but I do believe it's possible. Yet, 18 of those people that were speaking are living symptom-free after a diagnosis, and not just a diagnosis, after being disabled through MS. And that just brought to me actually nearly 20 people. And that's not the big names. I don't know if you know big names, but there's a lady called Terry Walls she's got a TED talk from being totally disabled, as in lying back, couldn't move at all. She's now cycling and living a fantastic life. The guy who ran the summit was diagnosed with primary progressive, and if you know anything about MS, that's the bit that it doesn't get better and it just gets worse and worse and worse. He got told he would be in a wheelchair in 7 months. That was 3 years ago. He's not in a wheelchair. He's not having any symptoms whatsoever. So it is possible. And then this weekend just gone, just as like, yeah, universe, I'm ready to believe even more. I speak at a local festival and I talk about unwrapping the gift of illness. What does illness bring us? As far as I'm concerned, illness is a gift. If we want to unwrap it, is about getting to know ourselves. Because if we've got an illness, or not just an illness, if you've got symptoms that are annoying or debilitating in any way, it will be because at some level you're not in balance. Your life's not in balance. And this is a great opportunity for us to look at our lives and see how we can balance it out, because there is so much that's within our control. Problem is, a little bit, out of all these people that are living symptom-free, they didn't all follow the same path. They didn't all eat the same food. They didn't all find the same pieces of the puzzle to make it work for them. We all have to find our own way, and that's not an easy task, because we're never taught, are we, to ask ourselves what we want. Fancy that. So, if you find yourself experiencing some subtle, annoying symptoms, some little aches and pains that you don't really like, I would suggest don't put it down to just getting old, or the menopause, or it's the time of the month, or it's this is what happens. But maybe it's just a slight imbalance that actually you don't have to wait till you get a life-changing diagnosis to address, and to be told that actually you've got an incurable disease. And you don't have to take on that belief either. You can choose what you believe. So I don't know if I'm ever going to get symptom-free, but I do know believing that it's possible is taking me on a much more fun, exciting life journey than believing that it's not. So choose the beliefs that make you feel better. It's just, we're all on a healing journey, really. We've all got some things that need to be healed. Some deep, dark traumas that we didn't even know about, that are hidden down below, emotions that have got stuck that we haven't learned to process properly, just eating the wrong food. And that's another whole other speech on diet, because sometimes what we think is healthy isn't healthy for us. So there are lots of pieces of the puzzle. So start looking at yours.